Ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls.
children and goats of all ages, RUM-Gaming proudly brings to you the talk show champions of the world, the Big Texas Goat, and
the Dragon Lord. That's me. That's me.
I thought Mario was me.
It's a me, a Mario. How we doing? How we doing?
Oh, you know, as we always do, start off with our random RUM-Gaming news.
Yeah.
The
Always random.
Goat has mostly given up on the FDM printer. That's the news on that thing. But the resin printer still great. I'm gonna start digging into what all it can handle and can't handle here in the near future over like Thanksgiving and Christmas break.
Yeah.
Try and test out some more delicacies, see what it can handle. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much for RUM-Gaming. Is just one dead printer, one good printer, and a lot of frustration. Hopefully down the road, you know, depending on our own personal funding and donations and whatnot, we're gonna try and get a bamboo printer, but we'll see.
That would be the ultimate goal, right?
Yeah, but need about $1,000. So
I'm gonna need about $350.
Yeah, $350 times 3, or $350 times $350. Yeah. So,
Our
other than
topic.
that,
What about me?
What about on your side? Yeah.
Well, we
any closer to getting set up?
yeah, we're getting more and more unpacked every day, it seems. Shelby took today off.
Hang on.
Listen, in lieu of our technical difficulties, we'll just we'll deal with that.
Yep.
There we go. All right. Anyway, yeah, Shelby took the day off today since our 4-year anniversary. And while I was working, she was unpacking.
Crazy, it's been 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years, man.
Ugh.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're slowly getting there. Where I have a plan for where I want to put. I mean, I showed you. I have a plan on where I want to put the printer right here next to my desk, but you know, and I found the you know, the end table. It'll fit like perfectly right there. I measured it out and everything like that. But I'm holding off on buying it because Shelby and I want to buy matching L desks to butt up against each other, so that the room matches and things look nice and even.
Yeah.
And if I get the L desk, then I can just put it on the L section of the desk.
Well, yeah, but if you already have the end table to put there.
Yeah, but my thing is like, do I want to buy the end table, or do I want to just wait and buy the desks? No, I don't have it. I need to buy it.
Oh, well, if you gotta buy it, I would wait. But you don't have anything else you can put it on?
I could probably find something.
Better do what I did. Freaking Facebook classifieds and garage sales, man. Find you like a $20 table to put it on.
What I'm probably gonna do is tomorrow after I get paid, I'm probably gonna just buy the end table. And even when Shelby and I buy the desks and I don't need the end table there anymore, I can still use that end table for something. Hell, I may keep the printer on it and move it like over here.
Yeah.
So, there's up in the air. Want some pallets from work? Are they in good shape? Because I wouldn't be.
The problem with that is you don't want the printer can't move when it's printing.
Well, I'm not talking about necessarily for the printer. I'm talking about for just for anything.
I thought it was offering so you could like build an end table. Yeah. I mean, you have to build it pretty sturdy. Not that pallets can't be built sturdy, but
yeah.
But usually anything built out of pallet was gonna have a little bit of sway to it or something.
I'd be more interested in like spare plywood and shit like than I would be pallets at this moment. Pallets would be more interesting once I can buy myself like a skill saw and shit to actually cut them up with. But I've got all the mechanics tools.
It's a handsaw, man.
That's like I've got all the mechanic tools. I don't even have a handsaw, dude. I've got mechanic tools, but I don't have like handyman tools. I'm a homeowner now. I need to start buying some handyman tools.
Turn you into a real man.
That's right. That's right.
Well, so point is we still have the resin printer, so for any veteran looking to get some prints, we can print fancy prints.
Yeah.
I can print anything. It doesn't have to be fancy. We can print anything on the resin printer, but if you want something fancy, it's available.
Yeah.
Completely free. Shipped to your door. All you gotta do is fill out the form at rum-gaming.com.
That's right. In complete RUM-Gaming news, for RUM-Gaming as a whole, it's confirmed that we will be attending Gen Con in Indianapolis in August next year.
With RUM-Gaming member Coked Up Zombie.
Yeah, with RUM-Gaming member Coked Up Zombie. So Dragon Lady and I will be there. Goat and Jandera.
Dragon Lady.
Yeah. Crazy Quinn, my wife.
Can't just give her a new gamer tag.
Okay, Crazy Quinn and I and Jandera and you will all be there.
And Coked Up Zombie. And
Coked Up Zombie.
I can't remember his wife's gamer tag. I've only seen it like once. I don't know. I don't know if she really goes by one.
Is it a sturdier build with the resin printer? Yes, most definitely it would be.
Well, it depends on what you're making, but yeah.
Yeah.
It can print hairline, like literally hair thin pieces. So like this Eiffel Tower that fits in my hand here. To give you sort of a reference, I guess. Or here. In his little ice cubes gummy boxes.
Crazy Quinn says she wants it.
What, the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah.
Oh. But I was saying, let's see if we can get the camera to focus.
Yeah.
Handrails.
Fine little
right there.
Details. Yeah.
You see the perfect little skinny handrail.
Well, I mean, not only that, like look at like the molding underneath the little platform, like the little brace structure, the little supports under the platform.
See if we can get it to. Can we get it to focus? I don't know how to make this thing focus.
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. Look at how detailed. Yeah, look at that.
There it goes, right there.
That's so crazy, man.
But it's strong. I mean, I don't really want to test it too much, but I mean, I can sit here and beat it on something. It's not going to break. But those are really skinny. If I pushed on those, the railing would break.
Yeah. I mean, suffice to say, yes, the resin can and typically is significantly stronger than FDM.
Yeah, because it's. I mean, I'm trying to think. What other things can you buy in resin?
There's all kinds of things, man.
Well, I'm trying to think of things you would buy at the store that are like hardened resin.
Nothing that I could think of.
Something.
Nothing that I could really think of.
I don't know. Well, it's made out of resin.
I mean, I know the dice that I make is technically made out of resin.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of dice you can buy that are made out of resin, but I was trying to think of, like, for the non-nerd gamer, but I don't know, nothing really comes to mind. I know people make, molds of resin stuff all the time. Oh, yeah, like the resin tables, like the people do like the resin tables where they merge two pieces of wood together.
Yeah,
I mean,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like most dice are epoxy resin.
I know,
yeah.
but I'm trying to think of something that everybody can understand the durability of it. So you merge two pieces of wood to make a dining room table out of it. So if it's strong enough for a dining room table, it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's strong as shit. Yeah, you can easily make the villainous figures. But the trouble with that is, again, like, I only have gray resin. Technically, I can get any color, but it's still like, $20-something a bottle. So if you wanted gray figures, I could make that now.
Yeah, and then we can just airbrush paint them.
Yeah, they wouldn't be like the clear see-through, though.
That's another thing I want to get. Because I have that little compressor that I bought for the pressure pot. Yeah. I'm going to throw a regulator on that bad boy, and I'm going to start airbrushing some shit, dude.
Okay, so Gert, on to your discussion, though. Keep in mind, the only things I can make are things that already exist out on the internet. Somebody else has to design it, and then I can print it. Good night. Oh, okay. Yeah, if it's a replacement for that part, then yeah. Shelby says good night.
Good night, Grace.
Shelby. Dragon says good night. Gert doesn't care though, or he's too slow. But yeah, now the problem is, so it is stronger, but again, when you're talking about gun parts, I don't know whether it's the whole impact or sonic wave resistance or whatever you call it, that reverberating.
Yeah.
Is that what you call it from the bullet? So as far as whether it's better for that, I don't know, but we can try it.
Yeah, let's try it. But yeah, Gen Con.
Yeah. So we got 3 RUM-Gaming couples going. And that's on August 4th, 1st through the 4th.
To the 4th, yep.
So plenty of advance for anybody that wants to go out there with us. It is mildly expensive. If you're going for the entire weekend, it's like $130 per person for the entire 4 days.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's like $75 to $90 for a 1-day pass. But it's the largest, at least the largest in the U.S., maybe even the world.
Well, I found out just recently a lot of like influencers that I like on TikTok. I don't know, maybe you've come across them. Quincy's Tavern. Have you ever heard of them?
Maybe.
Well,
I'm not good at remembering names.
They go to Gen Con. There's a guy that does roll for sandwich on TikTok. Which is one of my favorite. It's in
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis. It's one of my favorite things on TikTok in the world. He goes to Gen Con. Like a lot of like D&D, like Critical Role people go to Gen Con. Like it's a big deal. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people there, a lot of influencers, a lot of really cool things going on. I'm super stoked.
I never looked it up myself, but here we go. So Gen Con is estimated, and this was 2023, estimated to generate nearly $75 million in economic impact for Indianapolis, with more than 70,000 attendees over the 4-day period. So 70,000 people pass through one convention hall filled with board games. It's pretty popular.
Yeah, the exhibitor list is a mile long. Like, look at this. There's gonna be so much stuff to do and look at. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Just got to make sure you save enough. That's going to be our hardest part, is deciding what to say no to.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying any fucking loot crates again, dude. Fuck that, dude. After that last one, I'm so mad.
I'm saying I don't know what game to say no to, because you're not going to be able to buy them all.
Oh, yeah,
So
true.
you're going to be like, oh, I really want that one, that one. I'm going to like take pictures, and then like at the end to be like, okay, I got this many dollars. Like, how many of these can I buy? But on that note, we wanted to discuss a few board game topics. That's our general discussion point for today. First, I want to start off with kind of my critical question. Well, I guess there's two critical things whenever you're talking to another person that likes board games. First, you got to figure out which stage of board game, what do you call it? Not difficulty level, but what kind of board games they're into, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
But more generally, it's typically like 3 scales.
Entry level.
You got entry level, like I play Monopoly, Life, Cards, Uno. That's about it. And then you got R level. Yeah, I mean, that one's on the fence, but yeah, that one's become more and more popular. So, like, or you're at R level where you're playing more involved, somewhere between 1 and 4 hour long board games, just depending on how it goes.
Yep.
Playing Settlers of Catan, Betrayal, Munchkin, a lot of the popular games that board gamers know of.
Yeah.
And then you got the like hardcores that are playing like Warhammer and X-Wing.
Yeah.
And in each one of those tiers, that's a good way of looking at it. Which tier of gaming are you at? And there's pretty much 3 tiers. And each one of those tiers almost like looks down upon the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
The difference is tier 2s are willing to train tier 1s that want to become tier 2s.
Yeah.
Tier 3s just look at tier 2s and 1s like, why are you even in my presence?
Yep.
So that's always the fun question when somebody's like, oh, what do y'all do, for hobbies? And you're like, oh, I play board games. It's like, oh, yeah, we love playing board games. Oh, really? Which ones? Monopoly.
This is going to involve some effort.
And you're like, oh, that's cute. And you're like, what do you like to play? And I'm like, probably nothing you've ever heard of.
Yeah. Yep.
And it could be both, exciting and daunting to somebody that's never gone out of the standard.
Yeah.
Hasbro,
right?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody that's never really ventured away from Hasbro can look at our wall of games and be like, this is more than I was asking for.
Dude, when I go into game stores and I see like a wall of board games, I'm like a kid in a candy shop, dude. It's like stimulus overload. Just
get out of here.
So in that, how do you find it the easiest way to like kind of figure out where people are?
Well, hang on. I mean, that's pretty much it. Do you play a Monopoly or not?
Yeah.
I mean, I have had a few people. So Adam, for example, I'm still random funny recap about Mudslide. Because I've been friends with him for like 15 years. Never have actually met him. We've watched our kids grow up virtually over webcams and Facebook and stuff over the last 15 years. We're around the same age. Our kids are around the same age. Never actually met each other. Well, semi-recently, like 6 months to a year ago, we were talking about board games. And I forget what it was. I think it was just like a random picture he sent me, and I saw some board games in the background. And pointed out, I was like, oh, you actually have some that aren't just Monopoly in life. He actually had a few others. One was I always want to call it like a Western game. Bang. It's called Bang.
Hmm.
It's a semi-popular game. I've never actually played it myself, but I see it on lists all the times. And started talking to him about games, and I told him about Villainous, and he went out and bought Villainous, and now it's him and his wife's favorite game to play, and they've started branching further out because I introduced them to Villainous, and then they
Yeah.
started liking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bang. It's an interesting one because it comes in a big bullet.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Mhm. Oh yeah.
yeah, so
We just speaking of Villainous, we just got an update, yet another expansion. We found the last one that we could find.
yeah. For
So
regular Villainous or like Star Wars Villainous?
it's
Oh,
it's the yeah.
dude, I might have to get that one.
Yeah, it's just one character. It's just Oogie Boogie.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's just
Is it
Oogie
still
Boogie.
the full like $25 price?
I don't remember. How much was this? We got it at Target.
Hmm.
It was the
It's funny, it
last
was
one.
just at Target. Didn't see it.
It was $15.
Okay, not bad.
But we have the standard Villainous, we have the first expansion, and I have Star Wars. Or no, Marvel and Star Wars.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have base,
They have
Marvel, Star Wars, and Oogie Boogie.
they have like 2 or 3 expansions to the Star Wars one now.
Yeah, I know. They're all at Target. All of them are at Target.
Man, I'm gonna have to buy that. I might buy that now. What? You can't buy online? Yeah, you can. Boom. I'm buying it now before it becomes not available for some reason.
The Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool.
All right. Wait. I was actually buying it. Well, anyway. Yeah, so that's one example.
Bless you.
Woo! I barely muted that one in time. Came out of nowhere.
I've got mine set up so when I mute my Discord, it mutes the stream as well, so I can sneeze and you don't have to hear it either.
Well, it's funny. Well, at least with Discord, that noise suppression is voodoo. It'll
Pretty
actually,
good.
like
It's
block out a
really good.
sneeze.
Yeah, Discord's noise suppression is really good. Crisp.
Yeah, I can't even wrap my head around how that works.
Honestly, messing around with the settings and things like that for the stream, I kind of have started to put together an understanding of how it does it. It's pretty cool. Because all the stuff that it does on Discord, I have to try and do manually on the stream. And I've been doing a lot of work with that. I think things have started to sound and feel a whole lot better.
Well, it's just I can sit here and like snap my fingers when I'm not talking, and it won't pick it up.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I can snap my fingers, clap, whistle, like sneeze, blow my nose, like, cough.
See, that's the interesting thing for me though, right? Because it works through Discord, but broadcasting to the stream, I don't get any of those benefits. I have to do it all myself, manually.
Yeah. You do, yeah. Mine works.
Yeah, yours was easy. And Streamlabs just recently added a new feature where you can add like a separate audio source. So I can have Discord as one audio source in Streamlabs. I can have my browser playing music as one audio source. And so I can mute the music and still hear and mute. I can be listening to music and turn it off for the stream and still hear you because it's not doing the desktop audio, it's doing Discord's audio. So it's like putting in a virtual like patch cable, which is really sweet.
Wait. Can a plug a card game?
Oh, can you plug a card game some buddies made currently? Yeah, you were telling me about that, right? It's like a deck building game. Yeah, hold on, let me permit you so you can post the link.
He can just post it and then I can approve it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, go for it, dude. We'll put it on our Discord too.
Hell, I could just make Gert a moderator too.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like put a link.
I am champion.
Is it something that you can find online or not?
Look it up.
Trading card game? Looks like that's it. Yep.
Trading.
Here, I'll put the link in here.
I just pulled it up. Yeah, I think this is this.
What's up, Shane? We're talking about board games.
Yeah, we are talking about board.
I can't remember what Shane's involvement in games are. Yes. I can't blow my nose real quick. Hang on.
This is it? All right. I am champ. Oh, okay, so it's a trading card game. Oh shit.
Stupid mute button. Yeah, so that's the game. With a lot of pop-up ads, jeez. 10% off. You gotta buy little packs. Is that like the
like
Ready Player One glove or something?
Yeah, it's like a trading card game.
Kind of like the Warcraft one back in the day.
Yeah, dude.
Or I guess like Magic. But
Well, yeah. Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon.
well, I mean, it's more known than the Warcraft game. Everybody's in the video? I didn't even see a video.
I got it up on the stream.
Oh. It's funny. So Shane, what's your board game level? We were just talking about the 3 tiers of board games. So what kind of board games do y'all play or have you played? If you were to like name drop a few board games. And while he's thinking of that, the next point, like I said, first you want to gauge what tier the people are at. And then, even when I meet a fellow level 2, the next question is, well, what's your optimum player count? Because there's a lot of party games out there. And I'm a fan of a party game every now and then.
Yeah.
But it's not my go-to.
Yeah, no, me either.
My go-to is I would love to just have a 6-man gaming night every time I have a gaming night. It's just enough people where you have to really strategize and you're not really targeting one person all the time when it's a game that, requires targeting.
Yeah. My optimal party size, I think, probably like 4 to 8 people.
That's too big of a range. Well, so the problem with 8 is then you start breaching party game territory. Like,
yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right. 4 to 6. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's limited games that you can actually play with 8 people.
Yeah.
And then 4 is fine. Like, that's obviously like my minimum preferred. But 4 dominoes. You always end up, like we're playing like Villainous, you always end up kind of over-targeting somebody. Or Munchkin, you end up over-targeting. Because there's only so many people to go against,
Yeah.
And then you get in like the kind of the awkward position where like if me and you and our wives are playing, well, I don't want to target my wife and I don't want to keep targeting your wife. So like you're the optimal target at the table. You know what I mean? Like you try and play that balance. You're like, okay, I'll target Jason twice, his wife once, my wife once.
Yeah.
That's like the rule of thumb. Versus if you have 6 people, when you're like, oh, okay, I could spread it out. I could do Jason once, Shelby once, Crystal once, the other guy once, the other guy once.
Yep.
I don't have to over-target the neutral party at the table. So Shane, so you never played anything like
He said Clue and
more.
Monopoly they regular play with the kids.
Yeah, I was saying, have you ever played anything more advanced than that? The game's Moon 42, but is it played with regular dominoes? Or are you playing with like the double nine, like chicken foot? Is it chicken foot? That you play with the double nine? Am I
I don't
making
know,
up
dude.
words?
Dominoes was never really my thing. It always involved too much math.
Yeah. Double nine chicken foot dominoes. That's literally what the box is called. Chicken foot. Should look that up real quick. Chicken foot. I don't know why it's called chicken foot, but oh yeah, yeah. I'm retarded. Shane's played virtual game night with us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you played Villainous, and didn't you play like Betrayal and
yeah? He played
Munchkin and stuff?
with us. Yep.
Cards Against Humanity, probably. So you've played a few things. Oh, I think it's because you make chicken feet, like like that picture on the right and center. Yeah, chicken foot's very interesting. It's more of a advanced dominoes. Yeah, I mean, being from the military, you kind of learn to love spades.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned how to play spades the first time in the rec room in the birthing in A school. Because there was a bunch of dudes just sitting in a corner throwing money on the ground playing cards. I was like, what are y'all playing?
Dude, I learned playing with my mom and her friends while they're getting drunk.
Yeah.
It was like shit at age like 12. I was playing team spades. Yeah, Hearts. I've played Hearts a few times, but I've never played it enough to keep remembering it. Like I played it like on the computer, like back in the day, Windows like 95.
Yeah,
had Hearts.
Solitaire has always been my card game of choice. I'm a level 182 Grandmaster in Klondike.
Jeez.
On Windows Solitaire.
I can't even think of the last time I played Solitaire.
Dude, it's my go-to, like, just turn my brain off and play something game, dude. Like, if I don't have enough time, like, if I've got, like, small spaces in work where it's, like, it's not enough time to really, like, play a game or do anything, I'm just going to pull up Solitaire and click through a couple of games of Solitaire.
So Shane, other than the virtual game night, though, do y'all own any more of the advanced games, or have you put any thought into getting any? And back to our discussion of the number of players, like I said, 4. I feel like if you're playing any kind of targeting game, it makes it a little harder. And yeah, I mean, 4 is good. I mean, we play with 4 all the time.
Yeah.
But 6 is my preferred preference. 5 or 6,
Yeah. The only problem I have with playing with 6 people over 4 is there's a lot of downtime between your turns.
Depends on the game, but yeah.
Well, games like Villainous, dude, it could be like fucking 30 minutes before I get to play again, dude.
Villainous does get rough.
The more people
at
you
the
have,
same
it
time,
gets so much longer.
Without 6, though, you have the targeting problem, so it's kind of...
Yeah.
You own almost all of them, but the wife and kids won't play with you.
That's a shame. Yeah, damn. Villainous, I think Villainous is probably my favorite board game right now. All-time favorite right now. It's so much fun. I love the fact that everybody's playing their own little board game, right? Like,
which, brings us into the next tier of what is our, like, favorite games or go-to games.
Yeah.
Villainous, for me, rides a line between I really like what the game is. It's very unique that you can have each person basically playing their own board game while simultaneously trying to sabotage each other. It's one of a kind, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But there is that problem. A couple problems with it. One, like you were saying, it can be a pain sitting there just waiting.
Yeah.
Because some of those characters are much simpler than others, where you're just like, look, I just need to draw another card. Like, I'll be done in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's just, whoop, 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 nope, okay, next. Whoop, 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 nope, okay, next.
Well, I think that's, we could be clear in saying that if you're playing with a group of people that know Villainous and have played a good amount of Villainous, it goes by much quicker, because everybody in their downtime, they're not just staring, watching you, waiting for you to do something to do. It's like, no, I'm going to plan out my next move. That way, when their turn comes around, boom, 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 done, next. Like,
well, but sometimes it's, if you're like Shelby, how she always wants to play the same character. Yeah, like she already knows what she's doing. I try and play a different one every time. So every time I'm on that learning curve where it's like, I think I know what I'm going to be doing until I flip the card over and I'm like, okay, hang on.
Plan
5
B.
minutes to translate this card. Like,
Yeah. Challenge any of y'all to understand the rules behind Girl Scouts board game. Oh, trust me.
we can figure it out.
Trust me. We can figure it out.
RUM-Cube, man. That's an old game.
Monopoly.
RUM-Cube's one of those games you see at like every garage sale. That and Triominoes. For those the other garage sale like I do. But
Oh God.
what? Why are we looking at the longest game ever?
The longest game of, oh my God.
Oh, you're supposed to be looking at the Boy Girl Scouts game, I thought, but yeah. It's funny that, you know, I kind of, for a while there, you were seeing a different version of Monopoly, all the different little themed ones just everywhere. They finally stopped that and they're actually coming out with like different versions of Monopoly.
Which one is it? Is it Trefoil board game from the 60s?
That looks interesting. Do you like collect badges as you go along? But there was a Monopoly at Ollie's the other day that I was almost tempted to buy. But as the tier 2 gamer, like I almost never want to go play Monopoly, even if it is some crazy edition. But the longest one, that one seems interesting. But
yeah,
that Monopoly's only 4 players? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
4 players.
Yeah.
Sorry is such a game of pure luck and chance.
Yeah.
For the most
Yeah. Let
part.
me know. I'm interested. I'm interested in that card.
Oh yeah. The other problem with Villainous, like I was saying, is so when you play a new board game, just to kind of, I mean, I had to drag it out, but when you play a new board game, the whole table is learning that game at one time, and you kind of trickle your way and learn the game together as you go, you know, constantly referring to the rule book as a group. And that feels more natural and comfortable than all 4 people trying to learn their own little version of the game. So the part of me that always wants to make sure somebody's following the rules bothers me when I play Villainous, because unless I were to like take your shit from your hands and figure out how to play your character while I'm simultaneously trying to figure out how to play my character,
Yeah.
I always like don't have a warm fuzzy feeling that everybody understands what they're doing and that they're doing it right. So because of that, I'm always willing to play Villainous because it is a very unique game. But I also have frustrations with it at the same time. So it's at the bottom of my list because of the frustrations, but at the top of my list because of the uniqueness.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
So
that's
it kind of simultaneously holds like a top spot and a bottom spot.
yeah, that's definitely fair.
And because of the whole, like you said, when you're playing with 6 people, you're just fucking sitting around like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
My top kind of games, and one of them kind of sucks, kind of doesn't. So when you're talking about, we've talked before about how do you get a tier 1 eased into tier 2. And my go-to game for easing somebody for tier 1 to tier 2 is Mysterium. And it's also just one of my favorite, like, group fun games.
Yeah, it's also in my top 5, Mysterium.
It's the perfect game to transition somebody out of tier 1 into tier 2.
Yeah.
Because you get to work 100% as a team.
Yep.
Everybody can help you. Like, you can get as little help or as much help as you want. Because it's about winning as a group. So it's the perfect game, like, where you can ask all the questions you want. Yeah, there's the laser cutting stuff.
Yeah, but it's fucking $50. That's really neat.
Yeah. You could probably just 3D print the same thing too.
Yeah, true. True. Yeah, Mysterium it's a masterpiece of a game. It's so good.
Yeah, and there's several expansions to it and stuff to give you more cards. That way, even as you keep playing it over and over, you get more and more diversity
Just
to it.
text me a picture of the game. Yeah, Mysterium Kids? What?
For like a younger generation, kind of like
I guess.
Monopoly Junior.
Girl Scout, Cookie Scouts versus Aliens. Okay.
What? Cookie Scouts versus Aliens?
Yeah, this is the game, the Girl Scout game that Garrett was talking about.
Is it an actual game you can buy?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at there.
Yeah, you got it at Walmart in stock.
Pull up the board. What does it look like?
Trying to find a good picture of it.
If you can find it on Boardgame Geek, that's the best place to see pictures of it. Yeah, go back to like the web search. Instead of images, go to all. Yeah. That's the opposite. All right. It's usually the top search result when you look up any board game. So, yeah, there you go. Click on those pictures and you get people's like live images of the game. Usually you'll see pictures of like people like around the table playing it. But, yeah.
Oh, we can understand this easy. 100%. Yeah.
Doesn't look that complicated.
No. This would be easy. And then again, we're tier 2, maybe bottom tier 3 gamers.
Yeah. We're the top of tier 2s mostly. Yeah. Top 20%.
I'm going to go ahead and put myself in tier 3 simply because one of my all-time favorite games is X-Wing.
But you haven't played it.
Yes, I have.
No.
I've played it multiple
times. You just
times.
want to play it.
No, I have played it multiple times.
Because stupidly detailed. It might be in there. Go back to the main page for that game.
For Cookie Scouts versus Aliens?
Yeah, like right to the left of images. Just click on the name of the game.
Okay.
No. Top left, right there. There you go. So you can see there's like one of those tabs right there above the description or above the pictures. It'll have something. Maybe not for this game though. But anyway, yeah. Your wood tier. What are we playing? Fucking Minion Masters has a wood rank.
Yeah.
What else has a wood rank? Wood tier. Like arc wood? You're a little bit above thatch.
Yeah.
You're wood. And we're metal working our way to tech.
Yeah. Yeah. We're metal, but we have a replicator.
Yeah. We make some tech items, but we're not quite in all tech.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
It's my favorite board game.
Yeah. So my favorite though, I still keep Betrayal at my top favorite, but it's one that's definitely more fun in person. It's not quite as fun playing on virtual or tabletop simulator.
Betrayal. I have a love-hate relationship with Betrayal. Just one, because it can be incredibly complicated.
I should probably turn them this way. They keep getting more and more sideways.
It could be incredibly complicated, but it is a lot of fun.
I mean, the fact that you have 100 different endings, yeah, some of them are bound to be more complicated than others.
Yeah. But that's the appeal about it. Like, it's never the same game twice.
Yeah. You'd have to play it 100 times. And then you buy the expansion, and there's 100 more endings.
Yeah.
So
it's that time of year again, and the Cookie Scouts are out to earn merit badges and sell cookies. But this year, there's a bit of a twist. The skies are full of saucers, and aliens are trying to take over.
Still reading that, huh? So anyway, what's some other ones on your top list?
Ooh. So what? I said Mysterium. I said Villainous, X-Wing. Catan. Catan is a really, really fun one, I think. Or no, you know what? No, actually, I'm going to take the Catan and I'm going to raise it up to a power grid.
Yeah, power grid's definitely
Yeah,
more entertaining, more strategic, and more, I want to say, aggressive or intense than Catan.
Yeah. And I think I think I have to put, I'm going to bundle a couple of different games because they're all similar, but like the Exploding Kittens, Unstable Unicorns, those games are just a ton of fun. And Munchkin as an honorable mention. Also Joking Hazard.
Sweet.
Joking Hazard's always pretty fun. But that's moving into like party game territory at Joking Hazard.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. It can be.
I've never played Risk. I've never met anyone willing to teach me how to play Risk.
Yeah, you have. He's right there.
Yeah, I would love to learn how to play Risk.
Yeah, I've also never played Risk, though. I own it.
Deck building game. What was that? Dominion? That one was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's one that I still can't believe there's so many. Oh, I mean, it's borderline like Betrayal. There's like fucking 8 expansions to it, and just the base game has like 8 different ways you can play it, each one a little bit more difficult than the rest. And then you add the expansions to it, and it just gets bigger.
Which game were you talking about?
Dominion.
Oh, yeah.
What you just said.
Yeah.
What is that? Pew pew with a pickle? What's up, Ben? Had to make me zoom in my human eyes on that one.
See, this is one that I want to learn too. I want to get if I see it. Dune Imperium
Now
Uprising.
it's a dancing pickle. Yeah, I've seen that. But we'll get to that. We're not supposed to be looking at new games yet. We're talking about our favorites.
Yeah.
So, my favorites, if you're done looking at Dune.
Yeah. Oh, another one. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead to your favorites. I've got Mousetrap. I've got something to say about Mousetrap.
So, Munchkin, I want to be one of my favorites because, again, it's kind of like the villainous thing where I really like the diversity to it. It's got a lot of luck and skill and planning and attacking and who you're going to attack,
Yeah,
who you're not going to
strategy.
attack.
Yeah, strategy.
It's got a lot to it, but kind of like villainous, you will spend 20 minutes waiting for your dang turn sometimes if you're
Yeah.
playing with 6 people.
Yep.
But then 4 people almost feels too boring. So it's
Yeah.
like 4 people's like too boring, 6 people takes too long. I'm like, dang it, man. Like, I really want to play Munchkin more, but you have to be like willing to sit there and wait. Like, you're going to spend 3/4 of that game just waiting. And it's like, I feel like that's the problem with it. You got to be in the mood to wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really like the game because it's like building a character in an MMO. You're building these armor and weapons and spells and all this strategy and luck as well, just hoping you draw the right cards. But man, the waiting is dreadful in Munchkin, probably more than Villainous is. Because at least in Villainous, you can kind of keep looking through your cards and making sure your strategy's right. You're watching other people's strategies, hoping, making sure they're not progressing too fast. Munchkin, though, half the time, you're just sitting around waiting. I've played some games of Munchkin where you just kind of sit at the bottom the whole game because you just have terrible luck.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much strategy you have, you just keep drawing nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, but I've had other ones where, I am at the bottom of the whole game and then just steamroll your way to the top and win.
Yeah. Yeah.
So sometimes that game is pure luck, but that's also what makes it fun. So it's still up in my top list. Again, I'm almost always willing to play it unless I just am not in the mood to sit around and wait. And then Power Grid is definitely up there. And then we played Pandemic for the first time on Sunday.
Oh, really?
And it was kind of funny because I guess I've technically played it before. I have the game for the movie World War Z. So I have the board game World War Z. Okay. And it's basically Pandemic World War Z version.
Skip Bow. Skip Bow will always have a soft spot in my heart.
Yeah, but Skip-Bo nowadays is more like the game you're going to play with your nieces and nephews, not your 40-year-old friend.
Yeah.
Knock Down the Doors? Is that a game? Or is that something in a reference to Mousetrap? Do you know, Dragon?
I have no idea.
Knock Down the Doors game. Oh, he's talking about Munchkin. Kick in the door.
Yeah.
I didn't get the reference at first.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Spoons, man. You're talking about all of our childhood games now. So.
Never played Spoons.
Spoons is fun. Have you ever seen somebody play Spoons? Like, do you know what it is?
Nope, never even heard of it. Well, I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
So it's the musical chairs that you play with cards. So, and I'm trying to remember, I think you're trying to get 3 of a kind or 4 of a kind. I can't remember. It might be 4 of a kind, but so you say you have 6 people around a kitchen table, right? And you put 5 spoons in the middle of the table. And then each person gets like 3 or 4 cards. I think it's 4. And the first person at the table draws one from the deck and decides if they want to keep it or not, and they pass one down. And you just keep passing in a circle.
I have played this. Okay.
Until the deck is out, and the first person to get 4 will try and, you have 2 options. Either try and stealthily grab a spoon, and you just can't pass cards anymore, so you just stop and watch everybody like keep passing cards until the next person next to you realizes you're not passing anymore. And then they'll try and either, grab one quickly, but it's the last person that doesn't get a spoon after the first person gets 4 of a kind is out of the game.
Yeah.
And then you take 1 spoon off the table and you do the 5 people, and then 4 and 3 and 2.
Yeah. Okay.
Until you have a winner.
I have played that before.
It's a fun game as a kid, but I mean, even as an adult, I mean, I guess it'd be fun still, but I feel like I'd feel silly playing with like 5 other 40-year-olds.
Yeah.
But I could definitely see myself, like if we had like grandkids and stuff at a table or something, nieces and nephews and whatnot. Uh, yeah, Go Fish, Slapjack. Oh, that's the game you play. Kind of like War.
Yeah.
Yeah, all these crazy kids games, man.
All right. So what's next on
Spoons
your
though.
list? You got Munchkin. You've got Power Grid. You've got Villainous.
So probably one of my
Betrayal.
top games that I can almost never play is Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yep,
I
you can pull
feel
that one
like.
up.
Let me pull it up.
This is a game that was probably my introduction to complicated games when I was like 12 years old.
Oh yeah, we played this. Yeah, this was fun, man. With the VHS tape.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
now it's on
buddy.
USB, but yeah,
Yeah.
with the Gatekeeper.
Yeah, this was fun.
That is one of my favorite games right there. But it's one of those games literally almost the same. The video is the same every time.
Yeah.
The luck you have of drawing cards, of course, is different, but it's one of those games that it's fun to play. It's almost too fast paced to really keep up with.
Yeah, definitely, and it gets faster like as it goes on.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I remember my first time playing. By the end of it, I was so lost.
Yeah.
It's like, what is going on?
Yeah. Great game. Hard to come by. They have like 3 or 4 expansions, but all the expansions are kind of generic.
Yeah.
I have them all on USB. Like I could play them all, but they all use the same board game. The board, I mean, just a different VHS and a different set of cards. So it's interesting. Very interesting game.
I wanna circle back to something that Shane said about Mousetrap, and I have to say an honorable mention on my top list for Mousetrap and one game similar, and I'll explain why they're similar. But the one that came to mind when you said Mousetrap was the Powerpuff Girls game. Well, when I was younger, we had this Powerpuff Girls game, this one right here, man. And I used to think it was so cool because you could play with your friends and you'd have somebody playing as one of the Powerpuff Girls and you'd have somebody playing as Mojo Jojo. And so part of the game is as Mojo Jojo, you can take these little dice and you throw it through the window in this cardboard cutout at the Powerpuff Girls to like knock them over. And it'll get like, it'll do different things in the game. And I just thought that was so fun to have like that kind of interactability with a board game. And so, yeah, Garrett remembers he used to play. He always played Mojo Jojo. That was his character. But Mousetrap is another one for me. Like, I love the fact that it's just more than a board game. There's more to it. There's moving parts. There's interactivity with it other than just moving a piece, Mousetrap is awesome, man. So cool.
I was thinking that there was a game I've seen that's like more complicated than Mousetrap that's come out since then, but I can't remember. Doesn't look like it though. Yeah. Looks like there's a few variants of Mousetrap.
Yeah,
they're all kind of basically the same. I've never actually played Mousetrap though.
It's very basic. What makes it cool?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've seen it.
Yeah. The only thing that makes it cool is it's got all the little moving contraptions and things that actually work. There's like a, cage on a string. You hit a pressure plate and the cage falls down. It's,
Yeah.
Egyptian rat screw. I've heard about Egyptian rat screw.
Yeah, I've heard of it too. feel like we talked about it last time. Isn't that just a standard card game?
Yeah.
God, I can't remember what it is. I know I've played it. Fuck. What? What? I don't know. Play. Is it? Yeah, I think I kind of remember that. Back in the day, like, well, back when you didn't have any other options, like, I learned so many games with just a deck of cards,
Yeah.
but remember practically none of them.
Yeah. Like I used to play King's Cup, but I don't remember how to play that.
Is that the same as Kings in the Corner?
I don't think so. No. King's Cup is more of like a drinking card game.
Oh, I'm talking about like high school playing it in class.
Oh, see, I didn't play cards in class. I played cards in the Navy, like in the barracks.
Well, that's what I said as a kid, not in my 20s.
As a kid, I played Skip Bow with Granny.
Oh. So, well, sort of a party game, I guess. Probably one of my honorable mentions of games that I really like playing is actually Code Names.
Code Names, yeah, Code Names is pretty fun. Yeah.
I like games that are kind of a team effort, team against team, but not like party game, team against team.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking at some of these like top list, like Secret Hitler, which I'm pretty sure is the same as Werewolf, but
yeah. Oh, I want to shout out a couple of games that I hadn't mentioned that I think deserve recognition because they were what basically pulled me into like that tier 2 of tabletop game, and it's Arkham Horror.
that game is borderline tier 3.
Arkham Horror was one of the actually maybe it wasn't, it was Eldritch Horror.
Oh, I'll say Arkham
It's
Horror is complicated. I own Arkham Horror.
Eldritch Horror is like the dumbed down version, I think. Yeah. This was like my no, this wasn't it either. What game am I thinking of? I think it is.
I thought you're. I'm pretty sure those are the same games, just different versions. The Arkham and Eldritch.
Yeah, I think it was Arkham. But yeah, it was my entryway into, I guess what you'd say, tier 2 of tabletop gaming.
So
When I moved from board gaming to tabletop gaming, like.
See, I own this game, and I only played it once, and we like struggled our way through it and got smoked by the NPCs. Like we lost. We lost bad. Lost so bad that like none of us have been willing to even try playing it again.
A friend of mine taught me. His name's Abel, and he taught it so well.
What's your favorite board game? Try to get Jendar's opinion.
What'd she say? I don't know. Wow. Wow.
I know her. She doesn't like any kind of party game. Or anything that requires like clever wordplay and not too much trivia. Like she's smart, but not quick on, like really quick snap smart.
Yeah. So so you said there's like a top list on here?
Yeah, you can. So
lists. Hot.
What I looked up, I'll send you this link. I got top 50 games for 6+ players. Here, actually, I'll just put it in the stream for those that want to follow along. A little easier.
Okay.
And there's several in here that like I've either never heard of or I see at the store, but I never get one. Ultimate Werewolf, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
The Hitler game. Bang is on there, number 36.
Yeah. Liar's Dice. Yeah.
I've never seen Liar's Dice.
Yeah, you have. They played it in Pirates of the Caribbean. That dice game that they played.
I don't know.
Liar's Dice.
God, some of these are like almost hard to believe that they're in the top, but I don't know if I agree with these. I almost want to go back. So if you go to oh god, this is just all games, but oh crap. Undo.
Yeah.
Copy.
Well, hold on. Okay, I just started at page 2. Okay, here we go. There's page 1.
Yeah, but there wasn't really much on there either. Those are recognizable games, in my opinion. But if you go to the second link I give you, when you put it in order of number of voters, that's more like the list I'm used to seeing people talk about. Because you got Catan, Pandemic, Seven Wonders, Dominion, Codenames, Ticket to Ride, which...
Okay, here we go. Yeah. Ticket to Ride. I've never played that.
I was about to say the same thing. I hear so much about it. There's so many expansions.
Same thing with Wingspan.
That's the one game I haven't buckled down and bought.
Same thing with Wingspan.
Seems is new though. Well, sort of new. 2019.
This looks like just absolute insanity.
What, Wingspan?
Yeah. But it looks like so much fun. If you like birds.
Yeah. If you like birds, yeah.
Birds aren't real though, so we can't play them.
Azul is another that I've heard people mention. Splenda, I think was that the one you had that we played at your house, or was it something like it?
No, it wasn't.
I think Splendor I have on tabletop, and we keep talking about learning it and don't.
Gloomhaven, let's go.
Got Small World up there. That's another. Well, dang, I thought it was newer. That's 2009. I've seen that one at the game store all the time.
Everdell. This is one that I've been wanting to learn. Yeah.
Everdell?
Yeah, I've really been wanting to learn this.
Oh, hey, Forbidden Island. I feel like I got that game from Ben. I feel like I own that. I'm going to have to go back and look. I don't know if I've ever played it, but I'm pretty sure it's on my shelf. That was 2 above Everdell. The island is sinking. Will the brave adventurers save the treasure in time? I might have to go play. That's got a ton of reviews, and I own it. Wasn't even fully aware that I owned it.
Interesting. Yeah, Everdell is one that I really want to learn.
Got Betrayal down there. Like 20 more down. Whole bunch of... Or Munchkin was on there, of course. Right beneath Everdell, but... Never heard of
Root.
Like 1, 2.
Root is another one I've heard so much about.
Really? Never heard of Root. Man, dang, Mysterium, way down there. It's funny, Brass right there under Mysterium. If you notice the column on the left, that's the ranking based on its score. So Brass is actually the #1 game right now as far as average review score. I wanted to pull that one up because I was like, wow, that's #1. It's not #1 for the quantity of votes, but for just the overall score.
This was the Arkham Horror that I played, I think. No, it wasn't. Wait, is it?
Just still can't figure that out. Yeah, this game looks pretty interesting. Like borderline, like too complicated, but not too complicated.
What?
The one that's got the #1 score right now, Brass
Oh, Brass.
Birmingham. Looks interesting.
Oh.
Game that'll probably take about an hour to learn how to play, but, you know.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to picking that one
Wait.
up if I saw it.
Which one was Dark Tower? Where'd you see Dark Tower at? Did I miss it?
No, I don't see it.
Dark Tower.
The one
said
he
he
gave
saw-
you.
Oh. Well, yeah. So you gave me Dark Tower recently. But a while back, I, like, bought, like, Catan off of you. And you gave me the Lord of the Rings Risk in, like, one other game. And I was thinking that it was that Forbidden one. Wherever that, yeah, Forbidden Island. It was 2 games you gave me with Catan, like, for free. Like, I bought Catan, and then you're like, here, just take these other ones, too. And I still have them.
Yeah, I
So
want this too.
that's why I kind of chuckled when we brought up Risk, because, like, I've never played Risk, but I own the Lord of the Rings edition of Risk because of you. So you said that was the one you were playing?
Which one? This one? No, this is one that I want really bad. This is the Dune
Oh.
Imperium game.
Oh. All right, where were we? Oh, we were at Birmingham. Yeah, and that one's number 7 right now.
Yeah, yeah. Magic the Gathering.
And then there's Eldritch Horror.
Risk. Monopoly.
Risk. Monopoly. Monopoly.
Galaxy Trucker. Whoa. What's this about? Holy Jesus. Whoa,
Wow.
dude.
That looks like way too much. Holy cow. Yeah.
That's a lot.
See, that's the kind of game, if I
That's a
looked at this
lot.
picture, I would just be like, pass. Like, I hate to say it as somebody that loves board games, but my God, when I see things like that, I'm just like, nah, I don't want to play that.
Exploding Kittens. Bang.
Bang's on there again? Is that a different Bang?
2002 version.
Oh, no, Bang was on the
Other
top
list,
50
yeah.
earlier. Oh, we
Page
passed
2.
Dominion.
Yeah. Dominion was
Scrabble.
like up at the top.
Cosmic Encounter is another one that's always been near the top. It's pushed all the way down to 181 right now, but I see it at stores, like every game store I go to. I see
Yeah.
Cosmic Encounter. But again, I'm pretty sure that's one that looks like
Well, there was one that I just
overly
saw.
complicated.
There was one that I saw a little further up the first page called Clank that I see a lot.
Yeah.
I was gonna look at that.
Wasn't... Oh, I'm pretty sure the Coked Up Zombie was saying that Clank is basically Pandemic. Which is kind of funny when you think about that, of like how many games are basically like one of the top games out there. Because Pandemic was what, number 3?
Yeah.
Third most voted game. And I know of at least 2 other games that are like it. So let's see, what does Clank look like?
Clank looks more like Dominion than it looks like Pandemic. Is Pandemic a deck building game?
No.
Okay, well, Clank is a deck building game. Kind of like Dominion.
Maybe it's one of the other Clanks, because there's like Clank Legacy.
Clank, a deck building adventure. But I see it everywhere, man. Anyhow.
Maybe they were saying Clank was like Dominion.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like it's more like Dominion. Okay, page 2. Uno, Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, now we're kind of getting into the bottom of the barrel type thing.
Elder Sign. This is what it was. Elder Sign.
Wait, isn't that the
Not-
game we played?
Yeah, not Arkham Horror, Elder Sign. This was the one that like brought me into tier 2. This was my first, like, I would consider tier 2 tabletop game that I played. Elder Sign.
Hang on.
Yes.
Is that the one that we played just me and you?
Yes. No. The one that we played just me and you was, well, we may have played this one just me and you, but the one that we played was called Call to Adventure.
Well, hang on. So there's 2 games. We played a game like this one in Dallas recently.
It may have been this one.
But then what I'm talking about is the one we played at your dad's house, just me and you, years ago. It was a lot simpler than this. And I've been trying to figure out what the fuck that game was for years
this
now.
One?
What's this one?
Call to Adventure?
I don't think so. Like that name doesn't even sound familiar.
With like the runes that you rolled? The build your own hero?
No, I think that's the one we played in Dallas. Yeah, I think that's the one we just played in Dallas. I'm talking, 4 or 5 years ago we played it. Or it might have been like on the weekend of your wedding or something. I don't know. It was just me and you. It was like nobody else wanted to play a game.
Yeah,
so it was either when I stayed down there for a month or like the weekend of your wedding or something.
I think it was Elder Sign. I think it was this game.
Yeah, but I swear it was simpler.
I mean, it is a simpler version of like Arkham Horror.
Maybe
it's a very dumbed down version.
But I remember it had like, I swear it had like bags of different colored gems and stuff. But that's why for the longest time I thought it was like Splendor or something when we were pulling up tabletop. But I can't remember. Just even the guy in the picture looks confused. I don't know which game that was though.
I think it was the trucker game.
God, it might be this one. I don't know. But
X-Wing.
It was a long time
baby.
ago. Did that finally show up on the list?
Such a good game, man.
Look how far down it is. Nobody cares.
I don't have my own.
Wait, there's another Brass game. Brass Lancashire, 2007.
Oh yeah, look at that. Bangs on here again.
Yeah, now you're just getting down and down into games. I don't even recognize like any of these. Oh, Twilight Imperium, way down there.
Yeah.
Code names, all the different versions. It's kind of messed up when like different versions of a game beat out other games.
Yeah.
Clue, the original Clue down there. Oh, so you know an interesting series of games, and you might know about it, but have you ever looked at all the Tiny Epic games?
Let me see.
No, Tiny Epic game variants.
There's 1, 2, 3.
No, here we go. You can go straight to the entire series
15.
on. No, there's more, I think. So put the link in Twitch there. You can look at the entire series on Boardgame Geek, and there's 66 options.
Jesus. Oh, you know what's one we left out? Flux.
Yeah, and I didn't see it on the list anywhere.
Flux is a 97. The first Flux came out in 97.
It's an old game, man.
What? I had no idea.
So, Tiny Epic, though, not that I'm trying to like advertise them. It's just kind of a funny story. They release most of theirs on like Kickstarter for each different version. So I came across it for Tiny Epic Dungeons, thinking it was the first time they had ever created anything. Signed up for it, got my copy. I got 2 copies actually from Kickstarter, to find out that they make like 30 different versions of the same dang game basically. So it's a like cooperative, like deck building, boss killing game. So each like game comes with like several like boss scenarios you can draw, kind of like the Eldritch horror, you know, where you can
Yeah,
like
it looks like
choose
a
which boss.
blend of like Eldritch Horror, Betrayal at House on the Hill,
Yeah,
and
kind of, because
that
you
that
are
one
making
game
little
that
like
I bought at
rooms.
at DreamHack. What was that?
Nah,
Uh, Here to Slay.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just cool because it's basically the same kind of game, but you could choose kind of like Flux, like or Munchkin. You know, like which theme do you like? Do you want to go up against zombie bosses or standard like Tiny Epic Dungeons is more like D&D bosses and stuff and characters, and you
Yeah.
got galaxies, which is aliens, and there's just all kinds of different versions you can find in the Cthulhu version. But one of the game stores we went to in Dallas when we went in October, they had like 10 of these different Tiny Epic versions all on the shelf. So
Interesting.
it's just a fun little game. Like I said, kind of like Flux or Munchkin. You kind of just, they're all basically the same game. There's no real sense in having a bunch of them, in my opinion. You just pick your favorite flavor and get one. So, yeah, it's a little known little series of games. I don't know how long they've been around, but it doesn't really say on here that I can see. Hey, look at that 2015 Golden Geek Best Strategy Board Game, Best Solo Board. Yeah, because you can play it by yourself too, because you're just beating a boss.
Hmm.
Like, one of those kind of unique games. You can play it as a team, you can play it by yourself. Like, it's pretty interesting. And they come tiny. Like they're literally, they meet the name. The whole box is like the size of like half of a Munchkin box, or kind of like a what you call it, like the unicorns kind of box, but skinnier. So
Yeah. Yeah.
they're tiny little boxes, but it's a full blown game for like 4 to 6 players, all crammed in there.
You gotta love that kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, that was one of the both like disappointing, but the best purchases I made. I was disappointed to find out that it wasn't like so one of a kind, unique Kickstarter type thing, but it was still really cool. And the fact that now I can just go to a board game store and see a whole bunch of them.
Hey, look, the Tiny Epic Cthulhu is #1 in the top 50 trending games today.
Yeah, I just see the hotness column.
Yep.
That's kind of funny. I swear it wasn't up there earlier. Yeah, Tiny Epic Cthulhu. Don't even have any real pictures of it, just the box. Is it even out yet? Or is it just becoming popular? Doesn't look like you can even buy it right now.
Posture check.
Oh no.
Yep. Yep. He
We
hits you with it
almost
twice.
made it out of here.
He hits you with it twice. I want this one
You.
too. The Witcher board game.
Yeah, all those kind of theme board games seem interesting. Like Game of Thrones and The Witcher, and there was another one. Oh, the Dead by Daylight board game, sir. Have you seen that one?
I have seen it.
God, that's another game that I want. Or have you seen the Catan Deluxe Edition?
I have not.
Oh, man. if I won the lottery. You know that phrase? If I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody, but there'd be signs.
The Catan Deluxe Edition.
It'd be me with things like the Catan Deluxe Edition, or that Clue game that was like a glass top with like 3D sunken rooms and like gold pieces. Oh.
Yeah.
And this one, so I saw this one when it first came out on like Kickstarter from the developers, and on Kickstarter, if you bought if you dumped a bunch of money, you get like these hand painted hook pieces. Like all the pieces were like 3D painted, looked amazing.
Edition. Here's the collector edition. Oh
yeah.
Wow! Look at all the minis.
Still waiting for it. Are they painted though?
No.
Oh. See, on Kickstarter they all came like painted and stuff, but yeah, I mean, I guess you could still paint those yourself. But yeah, it's everything. It's cool.
That's pretty cool.
But it's like stupid expensive. Yeah, all the little creatures, or minions and bosses. Huntress. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But you should look up look up the Catan.
Oh, Catan
Deluxe Edition. I think it's Deluxe Edition. Settlers of Catan Deluxe. Yeah, it is Deluxe Edition.
Google it.
You can find the Amazon link and look at the pictures there, but it's all like 3D mountains, textured water, everything. And then they recently, and like all the roads and houses are all cool looking.
This is the Settler of Catan 3D edition.
Yeah, 3D edition, same thing. But it's like $150 for the game.
Oh, wow.
And then they recently released the 3D edition of the Seafarers expansion, like the water expansion that goes around it.
Yeah.
Also another $150, of course. but man, as the level 2 gamer, you're like, the level 2 snob when you bust out some shit like that. You're like,
yeah.
Y'all like Catan, right?
Okay.
Same thing if I had that fancy Clue, man. I'd be like, y'all want to play Clue? Like, Clue? Like, hold on. Shoot. But that thing was also like a $200 version of Clue.
Yeah. I used to have my mom had like all the basic like Monopoly, Clue, I'm trying to think of a couple of others, but a couple of other those like basic games, but they came in a box that looked like a book that you would put on a bookshelf.
Yeah,
and so you'd pull this book off and you'd slide the thing and it'd be the board game inside.
Yeah, I have the wood book board games.
Yeah.
I have a couple of them. Yeah. I think I have the like Scrabble, Monopoly, and
Clue.
Maybe Clue.
As
But
well.
yeah, there's a whole set of them though you can buy. But I just kind of pick mine up from it's the Hasbro Vintage Library editions.
Yeah.
And they have just all your basic games. Sorry, Clue, Yahtzee, Stratego, Scrabble, Risk, Monopoly.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they're all 100, Scrabble's the cheapest one. Or Stratego is $40. Apparently there's a Jenga edition that's worth $300.
Damn.
Dang, that's crazy. Because it's made out of dang mahogany. Mahogany tone solid wood Jenga blocks. $300. I know you can get it on Amazon right now for $100. What are they talking about?
Yeah, there you go.
Still though, $100 Jenga.
Yeah. No thanks.
Y'all know what to give me for Christmas? The whole wooden board game set.
Yeah.
That I'll never play.
Yeah.
Just sit on.
Yeah, because that's how that's kind of how we started this episode. I don't play Monopoly. Sorry, Life, Risk.
No. I'll play those games. I'm just not going to play those versions.
Oh,
those will never get opened. They'll stay sealed in that wooden box.
Yep. But
Grace and her cousin almost opened the Monopoly one. They caught him mid, like trying to open the little plastic packages. I was like, wow. What are y'all doing? We want to play Monopoly. You ain't playing that Monopoly.
yeah, not that one. But anyway, that's going to do it for our stream tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
You gonna answer Gert's question first? Because I don't know what he's talking about.
I have no idea anything about Hector running spoon engines, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
I thought maybe that was directed to you.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
All right.
What
well,
about it?
Gert, you have to get with us on the side on that.
Yeah.
Neither of us know what you're talking about. So.
But I hope everyone has a good night. Everybody should know the drill by now. You know, follow us on our social media. Follow the Twitch stream. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube so you can check out the video later if you missed any of it. We'll be at Gen Con August next year, 1st to the 4th in Indianapolis, Indiana. If you want to join us.
If you want to play board games in between there, would you like playing on Tabletop Simulator for those that want to jump in?
Yep. So
Fast and the Furious. I still don't get it.
I get it now. Yeah, I get it.
Oh, okay, so it was directed to you. All right.
Yeah, I get it now.
All right. Well, good night, everybody.
Yep. Good night, everyone.
Next week, and come hang out with us. Don't be a stranger.
Yep. Don't be a stranger. Bye-bye.